Boom.
Hey,
All right, so we are here. This is the Artivist Network and Build number 7. The theme of today's session was Ikigai, which is also the balance of our purpose, our mission, our skill set, how we make bread, the overall circle of life. And right now we are tapping into this amazing ensemble's asks on what they need and what they would like to receive, and then also their gives, what's going on. So we'll be sending this out to the crew, the great Cspin.
yo, what's up? I'm gonna start with one day I had a little stick and I was poking on a concrete wall, and then I don't know why the fuck I was doing that, but then I sat down and then I was like, I want to write something, and then I was like thinking about me picking on that concrete and the bricks between the bricks. I'm just picking on it. It was falling apart. And I was like, I stick a stick in a brick, picking a paint chip. That's how people pick on me. What's a relationship? I'm in a mind trip with a bag of words. I slip into a violent mosh pit, punch my face. I spit blood out of my mouth into an empty canvas. That's my contribution to art. Here, have it. And then I realized I don't want it. Y'all can have it. So I left. I leave it with y'all. And then I currently am late for an invoice that I have to write. I'm late for it. I gotta do it today. I missed my deadline for it, but it's cool. It's not the end of the world. I'm noticing the abundance in my life, but I'm have to pay attention. I'm noticing. I must become a better juggler now that I know what I know now. It's not supposed to get easier. I'm supposed to get stronger. The weight I lift is heavy as fuck. Instead of complaining about it, I just hold on and I juggle more, and I squeeze as much as I can in because I want more. But the more is more like of what fulfills me. It shouldn't be like the more that other people want. And I'm noticing, um, you know what I'm saying? I'm noticing that people want more from you. They want to take a piece of you, and I love giving, but then when there's not enough of you for yourself, then what's the fucking point of just being like, yeah, I could do it. I love to give, I love to clone myself. It's just not realistic. Um, then I ask myself, what do you need? What do I want? What do I need? What do I want? What do I need? What do I want? What do I need? What do I want? You know, um, and then realizing that what do I feel, right? And what I feel is one thing, but pay attention to what the reality is. And I accept that reality because I don't want to be delusional and I don't want to be in denial. It is what it is. And I think that's it for me. What do y'all think?
I love it, brother. Do you have any specific asks from the group
Ha,
for your own personal needs? Like this is a hard one, guys. I
yeah.
think we sleep on this because you mentioned kind of what you do, but yeah, we have to
Ask.
look at, yeah, anything that you would want or you want to give particularly.
Mm. What do I need? What do I want? What do I need? What do I want? Okay. What do I want? Yo, show me mad love. That's it. Like, that's what I want. I don't need it, but just show me the love. I don't need it, but I want it. What do I need? Uh energy, 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 energy. Uh add to the pool of my abundance. Just energy, because I know what to do with that energy. And spread the word. What I do. Cspin films. That's my life. That's it. Which means I'm here to tell your story. And I'm here to tell anybody's story. I'm here to capture. I'm here to show and project it on a bigger screen. Put you in the big pictures. That's it. I think that's all I can ask for. Thank you.
I'm gonna do something radical here, guys. Let's see if we could find a way to give Cspin what he wants, which is some love. That was actually a real answer and deep. So I'm gonna say, yo, Cspin, I'm very grateful for, you know, the moments that you've captured, you know, of not only my life, but all these things that are there. They're documented. And I'm also really thankful for what you put together for Roberto and Enamorado. The You Are Not Alone, man. I really want to give you mad love for that, man. That really made that event really special. And it's something that, even though his family might have not came to the event, it's something that will live on forever, you know. So you help tell the story, so you accomplish that, man. So that's a way that I could show love to Cspin. You know, if anybody else can, before we go to the next person, right? Once this man asks for it, we could start giving it. But a closed mouth don't get fed. You know?
So I could say this too. I just met you today. Hi, I'm Cristina. But I've heard of your work. I've seen your work. So it's lit. It's dope. And I would say keep it up. And if I could hire you out, you tell me your rate, or you tell me how we can work. But I've seen your work and I don't even know you. So it's lit.
$1 million. Austin Powers. Thank you. Yeah.
I love it. So Cspin got some love. Anybody else feeling called? Feel free to ask for your ask or your give.
I guess I could go. Can everybody hear me, by the way? Okay, great. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is KK. Right now I'm in Bogota, Colombia. I'm on a Colombian tour. So far, what has come up for me, and I spoke to like Marcus and Shen, who's not here, is like I started feeling like I was like doubting myself a little bit, even though I'm on a tour and I know that I'm meant to be here, and like, you know, I keep telling myself that. But I also, something that also came up for me was that I realized that I was giving power to certain individuals who maybe, you know, pretty much, I don't say belittle, but like they kind of downplay like my role in the trip. And then what I realized was that the person in particular that I'm thinking about that kind of downplayed my role was the manager of one of the artists that I was DJing for, and not an actual artist themselves. And one thing I personally don't like, and I'm pretty sure folks can relate to this, is I don't like when people try to tell me how to do my fucking job. Right? So when people come up to me and it's like, oh, do this, and that, and I'm like, you want to take over? Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, I need a bathroom break anyway. Like, if you want to do it, go ahead, do your thing. So that was what was coming up for me, was like feeling like people, you know, have this thing where they want to like tell you what to do. And I'm like, look, one, I don't have a manager. Two, you're not my manager. So don't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? So that was something that's coming up for me, is like really like acknowledging my power and my worth of the work that I do. And also acknowledging the fact that, again, I'm meant to be here, and that the people who invited me, you know, they appreciate my work, and, you know, vice versa, I appreciate their work. And so that was a lot that was coming up so far. But however, the trip overall has been very transformative. I've been learning a lot from the people who are from Colombia in general, and not just like culture wise, but even just like in hip hop, and seeing how they roll, and being inspired to also bring in some gems that I've learned from Colombia to back to New York, right? And to build with Cha as well, and then also vice versa, building with them, figuring out how to connect, you know, how to build with each other throughout the countries and all that stuff. So something that I also realized that I was reflecting on during this process is, um, And, Marcus and I talk about it all the time, is, it's time for me to get an LLC, right? So because a lot of the things that I do buy, it comes out of my personal money. And there's all these expenses and then IRS and all this extra shit that be happening. Is like, how do I separate, what I do DJ wise from, my personal life? And so I guess the support that I'm asking for, because I know Chris kind of mentioned it earlier with the organization that Chris works for or works with, right? Is just support on like getting an LLC.
So I would say that I could help you personally because I have like the references, and then also I know why. We both have sense and sensibility on that, so we could definitely help you and give you any advice you need immediately. So got you, sis. Thank you.
Yeah, love. As you know, got you. It's roughly, if you do it through an entity, and this is great questions, because see, great questions bring forth great answers. If you are a person who got the energy that you could stand in those government, kind of like Department of Corporations, you can do it for a lot less. It's roughly around 300 if you want to go through an entity such as LegalZoom, where if you want certain features and things. I will start out with looking up the three. I'll write this in the joint. There's LLC, S Corp, and C Corp, which are the main types. And to everyone here, if you go to irs.gov and create a tax ID number, no corporation needed, you can form a sole proprietorship. So this is also something I did not know. The IRS generates a TIN, or also known as EIN, tax identification number or employer identification number, with which will replace your social. So even if you don't have the money to create an entity, shout out to Roberto, he's the one who taught me about this, you can create that with just the number. So I'm going to put that in the doc. So go to irs.gov. See, we dropping gems here. irs.gov, and you can immediately start writing off things by declaring yourself as what is known as a sole proprietor, which is a one-person business, right?
Yeah.
irs.gov. So create a it's also not, and the government is slick, they'll call it a TIN or EIN. It's the same exact shit, you know. And then you take that TIN or EIN number, and then you substitute that anywhere you would put your social security. So you'll notice on a W-9 when you fill those out, you've done them, it'll say EIN or social. You get rid of the social, and once you get rid of the social, Cspin taught me this in 2014 because he asked me the same question. You know what I mean? So like,
Well, you put me on with the number with August Acorn. That's
you create a TIN or EIN number, and then you declare yourself as a sole proprietor or sole prop, sole proprietorship. And then you keep all your expenses. And the next level is, once you create that number, you can go to the bank that you have an existing bank account at, and then you will create a corporate account or a business account, right? Expense account. So then that will allow you to monitor all of your purchases, and literally one day a month, I look at all my expenses and I create a category sheet, and I'll put the link to the category sheet. I have a blank one that you could use. Obviously, it's for kind of creative expressions, but you can remix it, and I will put that in there. So, guys, I just want you to know, KK asked the question right here within the knowledge of the group. The answers are received. She has the ability to go right now and, without even creating the entity, start on that process of doing that. For you guys, the expense sheet is good. Monitor all the money you get that comes into you, and monitor everything that goes out. Those are the two simple steps to even if you don't have an entity. Look at every amount that comes in and look at all the things that come out.
I call it like, I do like ratchet accounting. I look at my cash apps, if anybody pays me for like drinks, like that, or if it's like Zelle, just be aware of what's flowing through into you, and just keep I like to take that one.
I love it. Yes, guys.
For monitoring your money. What I personally use, I use QuickBooks, self-employed. It's like $10 a month, maybe 15. And you can actually like link every account that you have to that QuickBooks account. So it's very easy to like, and also with QuickBooks, you can categorize each, basically like itemize. It's like an itemizing everything.
Yeah, you have transportation, you have like food, groceries type vibe. So it would also like keep track of what you're spending. Right. So then by the end of the month, you'll know that like how much you're spending on groceries, how much you're spending on transportation, how much you're spending on leisure, and then how much you're spending on like actual like equipment or investments and things like that. I used to use QuickBooks, but I just said, let me just like do my own because I had too much. But QuickBooks is really a good option too. And there's other ones, but QuickBooks is like the cheapest I know right now too. So
you guys see this sheet on my screen?
To add to that. Hi everybody. Y'all got me on the finance conversation. The baby's sleeping, so I'm do the late show talk host voice. I use mint.com as well, which is free, and it's created by the same people that use QuickBooks. That's like one level if you want to do it before. Or you use it too, or okay. Sorry, I'm hearing an echo. Let's see. So mint.com, that's a great one. And also KK, I'm gonna mix my need with an offering. I need some time to do things like go to a dance class, do some martial arts, and be trained by someone other than me. I've been really thinking about that and really thinking about how I expect myself to do a lot of things and to be the runner of my own ship. And I really appreciated what Y said. If one is on 40 and the other one's on 120, why are we going to try to, to compete at that? And so I think I'm looking for spaces when the timing is right to be like, okay, I'm 20 here, you're at 300 there, teach me. And so timing, time openings, teachers, dance classes with KK here in Hoboken, so I don't have to take the train or depend on rides, because I also need to get my license. And as soon as you get that LLC going, let's hop on the phone for some strategy sessions around financing and multiple streams of revenue and how to get like all those creative hobbies into ways of making sustainable, money, because I like to also play with those ideas. So if that's helpful to you, KK, or anybody else.
I love it, y'all. Just so you know, in the Google Sheet, thank you, Namibia, we've put down mint.com. We've also put in the Excel spreadsheet for a template for business. All I ask is if you take that, just go file, make a copy so that, you create a copy and you can modify it to whatever you need. We also put the direct link to the IRS. Thank you, Cspin, for the EIN number. Great. So guys, you see, we built on all that stuff, but trust me, the people in here get busy. They're no joke. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Namibia, for that. And I put financial. Namibia, could you put the contact in the chat that you feel is best so I can include that in the doc in case anyone reaches out?
Yes.
Thank you.
If you had one before, I had one. I don't know. I have to check out. This is the info. If you misplaced it, the EIN, I gotta do that right now, actually.
I love it, guys. I'm adding that too. Thank you, Spin. I appreciate you. So if you lost, I'll just put, this is to recover your EIN or tax identification. Sometimes you may have done it years ago. So EIN/TIN recovery. Great. And I am putting Namibia's contact in there with her consent for you to reach out to her. I'll be doing a session with them tomorrow as well. So be out here. Got it. Okay, guys. Thank y'all. Anybody else got anything on their mind? And remember, nothing is too small. Even if it's like, hey, I want somebody to hang out with. Like, just remember, it's valid. There is nothing that is not valid because you are valid. So don't feel like your need has to be. And I'm talking to myself. Sometimes I feel like I get caught up in a thing like, oh, it has to be this. Maybe I just need somebody to kick it with. You know what I mean? And that is just as important of a need, because that interaction might lead to like you feeling confident enough to tackle that other task that's on your to-do list, right? So there is no like stupid or silly need, you know? But remember, closed mouths don't get fed. The universe responds to who you
are.
Not what you would like to be. Okay, anybody else? It could be a ask, and remember, you can deviate. This is not a dictatorship. That you can go wherever you need. But these two, as you see it, gave a lot of gems that now become resources for those people.
I'll go next. What do I want? More safe spaces like this. Another one is more community support and awareness too for what I do. And then also more hands on deck to cover certain aspects of what I do within the community too. What I can offer is marketing advice and support, whether that be via photography, videography, or graphic design. I can also help with any event or platform creation. So platforms can stem from events, workshops, to whatever you dream of as a platform. And then also access to community-centered nonprofits and street, how can I say, revitalization and beautification projects I can give access to. I could do more too, but for that, I'll offer that. But I can offer marketing, platform creation, and support via events or anything anybody sees like that. Sure, I can add my info. Passing the mic.
I guess I'll step up to the mic. Just looking at the questions to reflect on, like the reflecting on my true self. What I say, all right, I would say I have a lot of courage. I take risks, calculated risks, of course. Sometimes not so calculated, but I always come out of the other side. For better or for worse, I still come out the better on the other side. What do I need from community? Nothing specific, but I would always say patience. You know, patience is critical. Especially after during, like, we all in this went through the pandemic, and I think it just changed how people. Well, first off, we've been in the house for like 6 months, and I changed how we interact with each other and things like that. But I think it affected how we empathize with each other. So I would definitely say like patience, just as a overall virtue. And what can I offer community? Yeah, I feel like I can offer. I offer a lot. I can offer, like, you're interested in doing a podcast. I offer those type of services like audio engineering. What else? I guess on a larger scale, I'm a good listener. If you need someone to talk to or vent to, yeah, I'm a good listener. What else can I offer? community. Good at connecting folks. So, you know, whatever you need, I'm here to help. And yeah, that's it. I want to cede my time.
Marcus, what do you need? You seem like a serial giver. Natasha put it in the chat. You are a very kind-hearted, giving man, you know, but this is the challenge, right? I'm one of these goons too. Yeah, I want you to. We're not going past you till you throw up something that's. We gonna hold space right here for you. You know what I mean?
Oh, man,
think about this. Think about this, man. No rush, but trust me, this is the work that we need to do. Especially people like you. You know what I mean? Like I seen you give all those days with Decipher, bro, without blinking an eye, bro. That's why I hit you with those thank you notes. You know what I mean?
Always.
But please take a moment to think on that before we move on.
Definitely. I appreciate that.
All right, we're gonna come back. You got something, or you want to come back?
What do you need? What do you want? What do you need? What do you want?
You want us to come back to you, Marcus? Before we end this.
Yeah, come back to me. Come back to me.
Okay, let him think on it. Also, guys, no pressure to do this, but this is really I'm gonna let mine loose since I'm up here already. I'm gonna start with the ask because that's always hard for me. It's always hard. So my ask, honestly, y'all, I'm a serial space holder for people, and you know I would love for people to give me space, a whole space in a way that works for me. You know, Elizabeth is someone who's done that for me. Ayano is somebody who's done that for me. Chris coming over, you know, KK has done that. I receive a lot better in smaller settings, to be honest. I think because a lot of my work is very group based, and when I'm in a larger group, I tend to default to like paying attention to the needs of others. But the way that I'm able to really receive is within smaller groups. Like that's why I love doing rehearsals. I like more intimate settings. So, you know, I think that's another ask. Like I am an intimate person. I seek and strive for intimacy. You know, I also cast the net to a lot of things. So I think I've noticed a lot of people might think that. So in the spaces I hold, I don't really get my needs met. I think this is a level of vulnerability. It's my work, right? What I do for a living is stuff like this, you know? So it's very unique for me to create something that I benefit from. Like I can keep it honest with you. Like I benefit from Decipher the day after Decipher. I don't benefit from it at the event because for my whole time, I'm just creating experience. And it's weird because I get praised a lot for what I do for others as if it does that for me. My give is not my receive. So that's something I'm learning. And yeah, there's not a lot of people or spaces that I feel like space is held for me. So what I do is I feel the most held in solitude, if that makes sense. So like it's a great thing that I think that I'm my own best company, but I am feeling a craving and an ask for that not always to be the case, you know? And I'm a very simple one. So like I don't need, like if you just chill with me and kind of give me a hug or something, like yo, that's it. You know what I mean? You come and roll with me to the store, that's big for me. You know what I mean? Like it's these little things that do a lot for me. If you bring me some, I'm a veggie, so if you bring me some like healthy food or something, if you toss something my way, you know, cool. And I give a lot, so I do ask for donations, man. I'm gonna throw it up there, you know, like Liz sent something just off of the conversation, and I love people I don't really have to explain things to, because a lot of my work is about explaining. But get to know me as a person. That's probably my ask, because you could be around me a lot of times, but unless you're around me where there isn't an agenda, that's probably where you're gonna find a lot of me that you can discover. And you know, I'm learning how to be very proud of that person, because yeah, I usually identified myself with my work or my output, which I understand is like, you know, part of the brainwash and the conditioning. So like, you know, come watch a movie, take me on a date, you know what I mean? We all go out, that's it, you know, like I like that intimacy, I like that vibe. And yeah, building without an agenda. I would say that's a big ask, and I'm learning how to get that, you know. I don't know how exactly, but we out there. Quality time, yeah, KK said it, that's it. So if anybody wants to come and pull up on me later today, I'm with it. Meet me at the block, let's dance. Yes, I did the salsa dancing with Natasha again. That was beautiful. Those little things I like. Come out, hang out in Astoria Park like Chris did. Come sit by the water with me, put one in the air. Guaza's done the same thing. That's my brother. He's one of, he creates this space called Men on the Moon, where I'm like really allowed to like express myself in a very unique way. I'm a cool weirdo, you know what I mean? But I am weird, so you know what I mean? If you like Stranger Things and not the series, I'm here to be the real life of Stranger Things and the series, you know? So that's it. My give, I think y'all know already. I think y'all know. Y'all already know the vibes, you know what I'm saying? You can tap into me as long as it's about something that helps yourself. I'm with the smoke. I'm with the smoke, you know? I'm very honored to work with y'all. That's it. We out here. We pulling up soon, and we're not telling you. Nice. I feel that so much teaching and facilitating since 2009. I'm not recovered from the burnout of holding space from others. Yeah. I'm starting to understand that, which is why I do these groups, guys. It's to give leadership to other people. You know, I'm doing that with Elizabeth. I'm doing that with Decipher. I'm learning how to like pass the baton more and ask for leadership. So yeah, that's it. All of y'all are leaders in my book. So if I could help y'all with anything that empowers you to build community and hold space, I got tools. And money will never be an issue for me. I will ask, but if you don't have it, I will never turn somebody down as long as it's within my capacity. So I'm gonna ask, and you know, I'm throwing up a Venmo and Cash App in the chat if you want to send something. You know what I mean? But that's it. I believe that, like that restaurant, if this happens and this gets 100,000 people deep and I ask for a donation at that could be $1,000 made in a 2-hour session. Like, my mind is already there. I know the value of this. I'm not going to pimp anybody out and nah. But, you know, in this, I'm going to ask, but no one will ever be turned away. That's my motto. You know, but I do need it. All funds go toward the rent and utilities and bills, maybe possibly a little bit of bud. You know what I'm saying? We out here. I love y'all, man. I'm passing.
Marcus, did you? Sure.
I did. Yeah, like, what I definitely need is I've been trying to I'm in this space where I'm trying to get back to being creative, and I need other musicians. Like, I really like, because you know, for years I've just been going on detours, and I like playing in groups. I like playing in bands, and like for me, it's an excellent outlet of getting emotions out, and also just a way of communicating with people without talking, if that makes sense. I appreciate you, Braza.
I know this one kid. Maybe everybody kind of knows him too. His name is Luke Waldron. He's like super sweet. He's a sax player, and he just recently had his EP launch with one of my friends in their spaces. So I would say definitely he's a good connect. Very open to any idea and collaboration and team building. So Luke Waldron, I'll send you his information.
Yeah.
So Marcos, the artist formerly known as Soul Marcos 88, currently contacted as soulmarcos88 at soulmarcosproductions.com. I'm always with it, bro. We could do a session. You know, I got the basic home studio set up with the amps, Logic, Ableton, and that. If you want to tap in, there's also a beautiful rehearsal studio session that I would love to work with. Same thing with you. I love to play with other people because I feel like it helps my individual growth. There's Astoria Soundworks, which I would love for heads to like do a session. And you know me, I'm obsessed with making sure we record the audio and capture it. You know, I'm also talking to Freya about that as well because they asked me if I could do things during off days in the week because their weekends get booked. So I'm thinking of creating like rehearsal sessions and music creation sessions out of Freya, you know, potentially on a regular basis. They're going to tap in with me hopefully this week. So that offer is there for you to join those. As you know, they got the amps, they got the drums, and we can rig it up to record it. So I offer that to you to know that you're and thank you again for all the work you did this past Decipher, and you know, like sharing your musical skills and bringing out the machine, man. That was really, really big, man, you know, for what you did. So I'm always down to shed, brother, you know. And I am starting to busk again, so if you want to take some of this on the road, and we're working on a street fair. I'll put the link in there, and it's basically I found out Home Depot rents the generators, so for I think like $40 a day we could have the outlets plugged in, so we could take certain elements of Decipher and bring it to the street fair where we could start to ask for donations, because I'm starting to learn that like the music and that also as well, if you want to be featured on an episode of Wise Thoughts, look at this sweet thing this my friend made for me.
That's beautiful.
With a 3D printer. I was like, yo, this thing, we went on the walk to Van Cortlandt. So, you know, shout out to the Bronx. We was out here. So this is a token, you know, to me that, wow, my thoughts can turn into reality. Because this was Wise Thoughts that was here. Now it's a physical item I could touch. And this was a message from God, you know, to remind me, stick to your path. Why? You're right where you need to be. You're going to get through this. So thank you, brother. I offer this to you so your voice could be heard and you can put a musical piece within the podcast, because I know you like deadlines and structure. You know, I saw how it helped with you. So for this podcast, you can make a piece of original music, showcase yourself. I'll do an interview with you, and then your music will be put out there too. So those are my offers to you. The rehearsal space at Astoria Soundworks, jamming and continuing our work at Freya, and then you creating a score and being featured on Wise Thoughts to with a piece of your music as well. Thank you for taking the time to not skip on that.
Why? One thing about your ask, and I feel like some of us have the same one. It'd be dope to, you know, rock. Like yesterday, for example, yesterday would have been dope because I went to Van Cortlandt. That was dope. I wish I had the energy, or I wish I woke up a little earlier, right? You know, everybody's times are a little different. There's different rituals, or there's me. I just gotta really be 100% before I leave the door. Like I can't just leave, like rush out. It just would be a terrible day. Now, and then other things, like we got this summer coming up, and I feel like it'd be cool to like set things up, you know, that people know ahead of time. And I know you're very good at that because you promote, you let people know I'm doing this day. You know what I'm saying? What if other people have ideas and plans and more on this side of town? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like KK and I talk about this tug of war between Brooklyn and Bronx, and and also even Namibia, because she's over there, you know, in Hoboken. So like, you know, what's good? Show love to Hoboken, show love to Bronx, you know, places. Of course, Astoria, because that's dope. Like Astoria is a really beautiful place to vibe at, you know. Of course, everywhere, but like, you know, certain places that need to get a little love, so that way, oh shit, y'all down the block, or y'all have a few stops. So yeah, like hell yeah, I'm down. I got that. So, you know, little things like that. Like, because it'd be good to like see you guys in a different setting. There's a Soundview Park this way is where I do a lot of meditating and like walking. Well, you've done it. You've done it with Ayano and I, but at nighttime. But like in the daytime, you see a difference. And like, and then something called Concrete Park, which is nearby. So, that's where I kind of get myself together. So I love to share that with you guys too. And then the development up here in the Bronx, that are new development, is stepping up, is looking great out here. Like, it's not just like what people say. We have a stigma, and we just want to show that it's not like that. Like, I don't know, just speaking out loud.
Got it, brother. I can help you organize because I think I love your ask and I love to empower you because, as you know, we got a lot of Bronx love in the building. We got Shin, we got Julian, we got KK, we got Elizabeth. You know what I mean? There's a lot of beer. And I could damn near see the Bronx from my crib. It's right over the bridge. So I will be willing to help you coordinate a couple things. Latonica is also in the Bronx too. So
I'm down.
yeah, so we can help, but what I would say, Spin, is how I work. Give me something. Let's pick the location. It could be as simple as like a meet and greet. You did it when you did the Power of Unity. Remember how you were doing that? I think we can set up another Power of Unity for the Bronx.
Yeah.
And then pick a location. And, I can help you structure it. That's what I could say. But, like, I'm very particular when I go on turf to make sure that the turf leaders, as I call it, or the indigenous to the land, are the ones leading it. Just like when I do stuff with Elizabeth, when it's parenthood, I'm going to default to the parents. So when it comes to Bronx-based things, I'm here to be a structural support. But, I always want to default to the residents for leadership. When I was trying to get y'all that Bronx other space, it was hard because it's up to her to lead it. I can't make anybody do nothing, nor do I want to, So I would say, yes, brother, think about that, write it out, and then we could create some support, I love it. Thank you, Spin.
Yes.
All right. Please keep it rolling. Anybody else?
Most definitely. Peace, family. Peace, peace. So I ended up writing. First of all, can you guys hear me? Yeah, hear me good? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So I ended up penning down my thoughts. I first started speaking as if I was speaking about someone else, and then I just transitioned into me just actualizing myself into it. So the first half of it was Latonica is a divine a divine intuitive being. She is someone who is extremely creative and has a lot of ideas, yet has challenges with organizing and actualizing them. She is also someone who always feels like she's at the starting line of everything, even if she's well versed and knowledgeable in certain areas. Then I just responded to that naturally and said, I find that I'm not an amateur, but I am just beginning to put myself out there and present myself to the world. I am a poet slash spoken word artist, but there's only a handful of people who actually knows that about me. And a lot of the reason why is because of past childhood traumas, and I'm learning now how to move past that and still push myself. I tend to timeline bully myself, a bit because I started writing when I was 13, and that's when I actually met why, because I was going to urban R&B, as as a youngin, but due to outside influences, I stopped attending after the first time. Well, after my first year of being there, so I never gotten the chance to, actualize myself as an artist. I never got comfortable with being up on the stage, and that has crippled me a lot to where now I'm just, peeking my head out every now and then, doing a couple of, open mics, or, I am a part of a organization called Urban, excuse my language, Powerful Pioneers, which is one part a resource center for health and wellness, but it's also a business networking organization, and within that organization, like I was telling you guys earlier, I do a lot of the background administrative assistant work, and I'm also like one of the wellness warriors. I do foot reflexology, I do birthing and postpartum doula, services. I do womb wellness coaching and advisory. You know what I mean? So I have that persona there. In, with Powerful Pioneers, we offer so many different resources in the field, whether you are looking to fix your credit, whether you are looking actually to develop yourself as an artist as well, because we do have a arts and culture department. If you're looking to publish a book, or trust and will, just all these different things, all these different resources that can help just about dang near everybody. But because of what I already do so much in that space, I feel like I don't have, oh, see, there you go. And mind you, I helped, maintain the website that Y is showing right now, so I do all these things already, and I feel like I put so much in that even though these services are the resources are there for me, I don't have enough space within that space to be an artist, because everybody else who, I am taking note of, and, just observing how they do their thing. And a lot of people are, a lot of the members are artists, so they're doing their passion projects and things, and getting together, their own album. Shout out to Green Studios. But because I am, the assistant and the wellness warrior and all these different things, I don't feel like I have enough room to be that artist, like heavy, you know what I mean? So it's like I do have the resources, but at the same time, I need to branch out and breathe more, and just have that space as it is, and have another space where I can just be Latonica, the poet, the spoken word artist, the author, whatever, of course. I told why personally, I am looking to, write my poetry books. And I tell people all the time, because the way my mind works, dude, I have like 3 poetry books in my head. I have about 4 or 5 novels in my head, and like 1 or 2 self-help books in my head. I'm like, where am I putting these things at? You know what I mean? It's crazy. But, I know part of what I am meant to do is just to be the voice of the voiceless, even if that means myself included. You know what I mean? And that's how I heal. Whatever trauma or whatever the case may be, I have to use my voice, and I do a lot of self-reflecting, being more self-aware. Why do I see the fact that me using my voice is healing? Why? It's because when I was younger, and I don't even know if I remember this, but this one time during one of the sessions in Urban Art Beat, it was crazy because, how crazy that school was. So like, I was trying to, voice a song that I had written, but I I guess I got so intimidated by all the other beautiful voices that I was trying to sound so much like someone else, and it just came out sounding crazy. And one of the people was like, "Oh, do you mind just rapping your part rather than to sing?" And I was just like, "But I want to sing." And then one of the girls was just like, "You can't sing," and I was just like, "All right, let me not, So it kind of like knocked that, that confidence to just be and express myself the way that I saw fit for me. You know what I mean? So now it's like saying, now I'm at the point where I'm just like, yo, forget that. Maybe singing isn't the way that I want to express myself. Maybe it is, but you know what? I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to filter out. And the one thing I definitely know for sure is, regardless of anything, poetry is and will always be my first love. So of course, that's my default way of expressing myself. And what I need is, someone just to help me with developing myself as an artist. I need that safe space to be an artist. Aside from of course, I love my powerful pioneer fam. They hold me down, they encourage me, but I need more of an encouragement to be the artist rather than just the wellness warrior, or the writer who you know I'm not writing and dying. We don't die here, but we writing, and I'm heavy on writing for the people who write for me, you know what I mean? So being the assistant, I'm double dutching everything, making sure that everything is good. And it's like, I put so much of that other energy into that space, even though what I need is offered. I need another space to just breathe, life into my artistry, so I need that, the safe space for me to create, and I need the encouragement. I'm also needing someone to, of course, like I said, help with developing myself as an artist, being comfortable up on stage, a lot of the times, and I also still have the opportunity to come up on stage. But right now, with my artistry, I'm like, is it okay if I read from my book? And asking all these questions. But it's like, listen, it's with your artistry, you have to be comfortable with comfortable and confident with however way you want to get your word across. Let the people know about your art. Whether if you're, you know, um, memorizing it or reading it from a book. You know what I mean? It's however you want to flow with it, and I have to really learn that, just to be comfortable with it. And I am learning it right now, but I still need that encouragement and, the support and the community to help me develop, as the artist. Um, Plus, I mean, I'm with White, you know what I mean? I need more opportunities for the financial abundance as well, because I find that I'm more so with the diagram that we were looking at, I'm more so on the top inner leaf where, I got the passion, what I love, the mission, but it isn't always paying me. The money is funny, really, really funny right now. I went from being a home health aide to leaving and going straight into entrepreneurship without any money backing me, So I'm doing things the harder way, but I'm learning as I'm going. And with doing that, the money is real funny right now. You know what I mean? So of course, the more the better, and of course the opportunity just to be the artist that I know that I'm meant to be. A lot of times I felt in the past that, like, the reason why, I even back down, even now, sometimes I find that I can start projects, but I don't always complete or execute them, and that's due to, the feeling of doubt and like feeling like I can't do it or I'm not worthy, even though I know I am worthy and I am meant to do what I have on my heart to do, and it stems from all these things that came in the past where my voice was attacked. Nobody wanted to hear me. Everybody wanted to make fun of me. And these things is like now I'm moving into a space where I'm just saying, you know what, F this. I don't care if I'm scared. I don't care if I'm shaky or whatever the case may be, because I know it's all in my head because of what happened in the past. But you know what? I'm still gonna move forward, and that's just what it is. So I just need that support and encouragement and the space and opportunity to flourish, you know what I mean? And so with that, what I can offer, like what I said before, is I can offer a loving heart, and I can offer you context to different resources from the organization that I am a part of. I I will leave my information in the chat box so that you guys can connect with me. And also, I am pretty intuitive, so I am one of those people who really need to take their own advice at times. I do give intuitive advice, and I tend to find that yeah, I really need to practice what I preach, take my own advice, but it is what it is. That's how things go sometimes. But with that, I am complete. So peace and love, family.
Wow. Yo, can we give some love for Latonica, And thank you to Marcus who had to float. But as you see, guys, right, this thing is here. We didn't be like, oh, it's 12 on the dot. Well, not everybody. Look, it took her a while to be able to feel able to share. You have to go through this, right? And, it's deep. I saw Elizabeth wrote in the chat that she went through the same thing. I remember when, Elizabeth left and went on to Celia Cruz, which was a music school. And I remember somewhere around that time that we linked up at RDAC, Elizabeth, you hit me up and you were like, yo, why? I think that there was a lot of pressure going on with there, And, Latonica, I just got to thank you again because these environments, the shitty environments I'm going to talk about, they're so necessary. Because you know what you just got? You have an opportunity now to take what was being told you couldn't do. You have the opportunity to turn a can't into a can. And I'm going to tell you this, I've worked with Ayano and I've worked honestly through all you guys. I learned so much about this by doing it. And I see Natasha's hand, so I'll be mindful and pass it soon. The one thing I'm going to say from learning from all you guys, because remember, I came in just rhyming. I had went to audio school. I learned recording in that, but it was you guys who were doing all of those things together. And because I was in a quote-unquote mentorship position, I was like, wow, I got to look at what's going to happen, And the reason I parted ways from working with certain organizations had everything to do with what you said. Because people are told, now this is it. This is something I learned through music. I came up and I studied music, but I learned as an adult. So A, it's never too late. B, certain people are going to be activated by certain things. So I'm gonna use the singing example, right? I worked with Ayano. Ayano has a naturally great tone and understands key, right? She didn't take music lessons. She didn't really go that way, but her ear was developed. So it's very unfair. This is what I used to learn because I used to get thousands of people who wanted to sing and play instruments, but they felt that they couldn't. And then I realized, they're not willing to start where they're at. because there's someone who's already activated it. It has nothing to do with age. It has to do with the activation. And if you're a deep listener of music, you're going to start to go into it. Also, what it is record yourself. Like, I've been singing songs now a couple years, and I'll tell you, what's the greatest gift is if you are striving to sing what's known as in key, you have to be able to listen back to yourself and analyze and adjust. So like when I was rhyming, I'll give you an example. I used to notice that I would go in so much and so fast and I wouldn't take no time to breathe. So after I would run out of a time to breathe, I actually were able to do this. And look, I am still going and I have not taken a breath, and I'm still going and I have not taken a breath. But that point's going to come when eventually I am going to run out of breath, and then I will. But if I ba-da-da-ba-da-da-ba, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. And we just had Seradin, who was in here, who is an amazing vocal coach. Namibia has taken certain things. I also know Natasha's got stuff. She's came up in a musical family. Surround yourself by the environments that make you say yes. And you got to be comfortable just letting your voice loose. And the thing that I guess why I'm so hit in the heart is like, you have to sing if that's what you want to do. Don't throw it to the side, you know. Work on it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. You might have to go and introduce yourself to notes and listen to things and get a keyboard or an app on your phone where you gotta work on it for years, you know. But you're gonna get that, and if you want to do that, that journey is. All I'm gonna say is don't put nothing to the side, or don't be like, well, you know what, I really want to do this because I'm talking about my own journey. I never was playing instruments. I was never using my voice in a certain way. But, you know, Ayano could tell you, once you create a pathway, but you need that space. You also answered your question of how you're going to get it. You have to be put in a space where you feel comfortable being who you are and being authentic. And once you could release your creative freedom, which is what we do at Decipher, which is what we do at our events, you're going to find it. And then eventually you're going to have to not give a shit about notes sounding bad. You're going to record it and be like, woo, you got to deal with that, yikes. It was the same thing I had with the guitar. It was the same thing I had with music. But all you got to do is keep becoming a better version of yourself. You also said something that I have to honor. Your environment, even though they do artistic development, your role in that environment is like this. You are looking at profession and what you're being paid for in vocation. So even though your situation with Pioneers is very much of this, you are looking at things that are on this side of it. This is why I love this diagram, right? Now you can get into environments through us, boom, that allow you to do what you love and your passion, and then develop it to becoming something you're good at, right? Everything takes time, you know? So, wow, I just want to say how moved I am by your share, and just know that, like, don't give up. And I'm going to send you a bunch of musical resources and tools, but I also want to honor Natasha and make sure, you know, I let it speak. But thank you so much for telling me that story about back in the day. I appreciate you. Natasha, please continue.
Thank you, Latonica. Can we just like unmute ourselves for a second maybe and just say like a bit? Like,
That's
I
huge.
think Latonica, you're so awesome. Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
Love.
Yes, I think that you know, even though we've come to a less amount of people in the group, I feel like we've been speaking all along, everything is about divine timing. And I'm a talker too, and I try to step down a lot and wait for moments like this when people like Latonica speak, and not just to generalize, but when I feel, you know, this fire in me, it's when I know that okay, it's time, Natasha. So first thing first is that I wanted to share something. I read a lot too. I love music. Yes, I do come from a musical family, even though I ended up in business. And I try to do that breathing and take those moments, because otherwise I'll keep going and burn myself down. But I wanted to share something quick, and it's in Spanish, but I'll translate it. And it says, Solita que voy, solita que vengo. Solita que voy, solita que vengo. Solita que voy, solita que vengo. Solita que voy, solita que vengo con toda la fuerza del universo, rompiendo las barreras que crearon mis vivencias valientes contra las corrientes que me empujan a las costas del miedo, para el frente. Navego horizontes aún desconocidos, atenta para conectar con mi esencia, a ver qué necesito en transparencia conmigo. And the translation means, a little alone that I go, a little alone that I come, with all the strength from the universe, breaking the barriers that my life experiences created, strong, brave against the waves that push me into the coast of fear. Forward, I navigate horizons yet unknown, attentive to connect with my essence, to know what I need in transparency with me. So I'm a firm believer that we all have the pieces, to each other's puzzles. And I did not say that. My partner said that once to me, and I still quote him on that. I do believe again in divine timing, Latonica. If you feel it, it's because it's time, and it doesn't mean that that you're late, which is also something that society puts on us, that because we haven't done it, maybe we don't have what it takes. Maybe no, I think that you've been in a creation mode that's about to explode because you have it, and now that you know it, you need these resources. And as a woman, I guess this is the point of why I wanted to speak. As a woman, I know that us women hold each other in incredible ways. Elizabeth, Namibia, Latonica, I love that you are here. I've met Elizabeth and Namibia, in person in the Parenthood event. I haven't met you, Latonica, yet, but I'm dying to. Guazabara, Cspin. Oh, Ayano is here. My goodness, Ayano, you too. I love you so much. So, women have a lot of power and a lot of voice. My voice was also taken by so much time for so long, and it's not until now that I'm finding the power of my art. Not right now, it's been a while that I've known it since I was a kid, but I didn't really internalize it until now that I've been able to help others through art. And it's like, wow, I've had all these tools all my life to heal myself, and it's now that I'm realizing it, because I'm not only in me, I'm able to externalize it, right? So I guess please know, Latonica, I live in Queens, always down to just get together with women. The same for Ayano, Namibia, Elizabeth. I know that Namibia is a little bit far away, but whenever you guys come, and that I love to, and if I need to go somewhere to get together, I would love that. And Latonica, just please know that, and really consider that. And I know that why Guazabaras has been our men, and they're really loving people too. That's why they're here. Right? That's why they're here and creating this type of thing. And together with that, I think that women have a lot together. That women have a lot, and sometimes we're the quiet ones. And I surrounded myself with, I grew up with men, my two brothers. Then my dad, even though he left, he was like the person why I pursued business. I didn't end up doing art because I wanted to be like my dad. And I ended up navigating Wall Street with men around me. And I was the young Latina girl, talking stuff I didn't even know I would know. So that type of thing, we need to just speak, because we normally stop, stare, observe, think, stay quiet, reflect. But then sometimes it's time for us to just say, because otherwise, the action goes on without our wisdom. And we have a lot of wisdom. And I am the talker from Elizabeth, Ayano, and Namibia, I guess, here. And I know that sometimes us talkers miss even more things. So I know Elizabeth and Namibia and Ayano probably have so much more to say as well. So this is where I end it. And you guys don't need to speak, of course. But I know that you can just get together with us women too, not just with us. Women have a lot to give. Women have a lot to give, that's all. And men do too. But please remember that you have a big community. And I guess I'm saying that to myself as well, because you know, it took me a while. It took me a while to like come to this point. So maybe my answer is an answer to myself. Latonica, I hope I didn't speak too much, but I guess that's one of my offers and also my needs. Like they're both. So I love you all. Love you, Elizabeth, Guazabara, Cspin, Ayano, Latonica, Namibia, in the order that appear on my screen. Much love, everybody.
Woo! Keep it rolling, y'all. I would love to keep hearing from the amazing women in here. And you see, this is why it goes longer. We're not here to stop. Like, what are we stopping our life for to go into something, right? This is Monday. This is when a lot of people go into their 9 to 5. I don't have time for this. What Natasha said was so spiritual. And what all of y'all are doing is great. That's why there's a flexibility. And sometimes it takes the patience to allow the group to get smaller for certain voices to arise, which is something I've learned. And really, when all is gone and you are one, are you hearing your voice? Please continue, guys. If anybody's got anything on their heart or spirit, remember, these questions and these prompts are guides. Nothing is absolute. It is all to where you want to take the conversation. We start with some structure, but we deviate from structure because this is life. But know that the leadership of the women is acknowledged in this space. And it takes more time to get to that, to allow what is buried deep within us to come to the surface. But the more loving the environment is, the more welcoming, nobody's shamed here for being who they are. When can we get more spaces where people can come as they are? You know, Natasha, I want to encourage you, you are not the over-talker. Those environments that said, I'm calling them out. Those are piece of shit environments, which are good shit, fertilizer. But there's time where your voice, because you are a divine, strong woman, your voice, just like we were talking that day in Astoria, and you were telling me the same thing. I'm like, no, love, what you're doing is you're watering plants. Your voice is that. And I know some environments that you work in or that you go into is not welcomed. But when you come in here, your voice is loud and proud and honored. And us men can shut up for a second and listen. You know what I mean? We appreciate you, you know. Cspin, Ayano, Namibia, Guaza, Latonica again, Elizabeth. Talk to us, y'all, if something's on your heart or spirit.
I want to hear Ayano say hi or something. Ayano. Lo que? Háblame un ching ahí.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I feel so overwhelmed, you know, from listening to everyone. Hi. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's, you know, people shared so many. Wow, I just feel overwhelmed. You know, I'm just deep listening, everyone. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to see you guys. Love you all.
Oh shoot, yo, nah, Ayano, you're one of my best friends. I be telling people that, like, that's my best friend over there, the one serving the food. Yeah, she's always cool, low key, but you always have good things to share, and it's always good conversations, super deep, and they stay with me, you know. So I appreciate you. We gotta link up soon.
Yes, Cspin.
Yes,
I'm here. Yeah, anything you need, just, you know, let me know. I'm here for you.
well, yo, for sure.
Yes, you already know.
Thank you.
Oh, I was thinking, my ask.
Yes.
I just had an idea, you know, like, because
Yeah.
I was listening, you know, everyone, Namibia, to Latonica, to Natasha, to Cspin, to everyone. And then, even what I was saying, maybe we can do, I was thinking maybe we can do, it's just an idea, I'm just sharing my idea. Maybe we can do something small that's inclusive event, that's sharing, hey, I'm doing poetry, or I'm sharing, for example, Elizabeth does crochet. Oh, this is my crochet, or something, showcase, not showcase, but like, people have time on the stage, or some like sharing session, or express, like express, like, hey, why does his songs, Julian can share his health tip, or something that you can, your offering or your expression. And we do event, and then, but it's inclusive, we can invite our friends, and then we hold space for ourselves, something like that. It just came to my mind listening to you.
I like the idea because like there's times that I like to share some kind of work that I feel like not everyone is open to accept, because that's some healing stuff. So it's different from performing like, oh yeah, why are we listening to this person venting? So I feel very like a little insecure. That's why when it comes to like non-safe spaces.
Yeah, or spaces that declare safe space but don't act on it. You can't buy the words, guys.
Yeah.
Why you think we here at 1:30? This is life's work. This is what I signed up for. I didn't sign up to be like everybody has to have your ability to express by 12 o'clock. What if you're gonna take 6 months to really express what you feel? At least we can start working toward that now. It's enough. I learned from people like Guaz. I don't know how it is until we started building to be in a men's group. Because to be honest, they taught us to be in society toxic as fuck. You know what I mean? And we then go and bring it to our sisters, to our moms, to our partners, our friends. But then this is what I've learned from Cspin in the men's group. We got conditioned into something, and we need space so that we could unlearn.
Why? There's one thing that I share with you. I always go back to you because once I step out my door, it's it's the Twilight Zone, right? It's not like chilling with John Brooklyn. It's not like peace and all like fun and safe. It's you have to wear a specific mask, and you have to walk a specific way. You have to have your guard up. And like coming here is like, oh shoot, I forgot there's humans, not like savages. I'm surrounded by savages, and I live among savages and demons, and I know how to walk in that world. And also, but then there's times where like sometimes I tell you why that you always bring me back. It's like, damn, yo, it's so easy to become the Joker. That's one of my favorite characters of the DC world, where the man, I understand the Joker more than what people may see, like I feel like I'm one step between Joker and I say maybe Batman or whatever but the Joker, he comes from a good place, it's just his spirit was broken, and then there's like he's trying to restore balance, but then he breaks the rules and he breaks psychology, but that is evil, that's like a demon vibe. But at the same time, like I said yesterday, people could use the word of knowledge or God or the universe to screw people over. I was gonna post that yesterday, and the way that I said it, I mean, pardon my language, but I said it like people fuck people over, like um and sometimes I quote things very vulgar, and that's just, I don't know. I'm kind of like balancing that too. because like I'm here and with Ya, and it's like the way I would express it, it's like I kind of hold back because I'm like, oh, let me clean my vocabulary up too. Um, but yeah, that's something that I struggle myself in the EB world between Mad Good Kid, Mad City world, and will the Mad City make me lose myself? You know what I mean? Like, will I go to that other side where there's no return? You know, like I can probably kill somebody, you know, to protect myself or to protect my people. I might hurt someone. I might, you know, um, I might get tempted to do things that I wouldn't normally be doing out here. And that's the fear. And that's why I always go to why, like, yo, why? Sometimes, yo, I see the world, the ugly side of the world, and it's here and I'm amongst it and I try my best. But, you know, I got to preserve my energy and like come back to Ya to protect myself for my mission to protect my family as normal. You know what I mean? So it's a hard balance. So that's why I said balance. And then when you mention men, masculinity, and like, you know, what people may think it is, and then what it really is, and then the extremeness side of things, like it's just a constant balance. And I feel like the world is like rocky, like, you know, what is a feminist? What is extreme feminist? What is masculinity? What is extreme masculinity? Where's the middle ground of that? And it's so fucking hard because sometimes people hurt people, and then, you know, what do you do with that hurt? You know, do you rebel, or do you like take it and accept that, you know, that, you know, okay, that person's hurt, let me not do the same? Like it's like a mathematical equation that's like, yo, guys, I have to rebalance, go back to my core and stay in frame, because it's so hard out here, especially with this culture of, you know, everybody's got their guard up. They, you know, especially like my students, I learn a lot about my students, and like sometimes I come off away, but I mean well. So it's like that's my Joker side, trying to do good, you know, but in a different way. But you know, sometimes it's not the way. So it's complicated, guys. I appreciate you guys because y'all ground me, bring me back to my core.
Big love, Spin.
Yes.
You mentioned, and Latonica wrote this in the chat, the duality, right? These two things, I like this example. It's a kind of, this is like a chapstick thing, but there's two sides, right? You can see one is light and one is dark, but they are all part of one thing. I am sick and tired of environments that are telling people to just be positive. Now, this is the thing about words. They trigger people. I got a crazy mouth. I'm not going to hold you. If I'm in an environment to speak fully uncensored, this is why I also mentioned the space held for me is normally intimate space, because trust has to be earned. That I know you're not going to aim the gun at me because I said something. You know, me being an artist and me being what I am doing this work, I put myself out there to be criticized. And I get a lot of negative criticism for who I am and what I do. But I have to understand this is me. You never get rid of all your dark energy. Now, look at this, right? When I hold this up like this, someone could think this thing is totally dark, right? When you hold this up, you can see the dark through it because it's clear. So you can still see the darkness through everybody. But in this way, you can't see the light in people because their darkness or their pain or the trauma or the ancestral trauma or the generational trauma or the baby mama trauma or the internal trauma. And we look at this as something we have to get rid of. Nope. This is my truth. You balance it. How can you express your darkness, which is the divine blackness of the universe, without feeling judged or that you are going to be reprimanded for that? It's hard, y'all. It brings me to a very deep emotional space because most of the time, most environments I'm in, including environments that I facilitate, this guy ain't welcome. Your darkness ain't welcome. I feel fucked up today. Not welcome here. I feel like Cspin said, I feel like blowing somebody's brains out. That's why I keep showing up in art. And they keep criticizing this art. Because this is the scream of the people. This is the pain of the people. Now, why would you fault somebody for trying to heal from their pain? Right? Because if you stay in this pain, you can't manifest. If you don't balance this, you can't. I understand what I'm going through financially has to do with a blockage that I'm willing to figure out. That's why I got no problem with it. I got no problem with my issues. I'm not beating myself up for that. That's a dub. Everything we mentioned in here, guys, the give and the receive, it's a coin with two sides. They're both the same thing. And I encourage all of us right here, like we said, we're talking to ourselves here when we speak. None of this is advice. This is the sharing of story. You keep what you need, you let go of what you don't. This is welcome. To create environments where this is welcome is difficult, right? I remind Natasha, you have not overspoken at all. Ayano was encouraged to speak. You're welcome. Cspin encouraged Ayano to speak. Ayano could say one word, it doesn't matter. There is no we should all adjust. Can we come and be ourselves? That's the question. Nobody has an answer to this but you. Are you able to come into environments where you can be authentically yourself? And the truth is, the answer is no to a lot of those environments. Ayano released the video. Only the select few got to this level. If you dipped out early, this don't come in hour 1. This don't come in hour 2. Same thing with our healing. Ongoing journey, you guys mentioned. Ongoing path. People come up to me, why? You're the leader of the group. I say, leader? Shove that leader up your ass. Get that shit out of my face. Leader? I just ask people to lead themselves. I've never told anyone what to do. I hold space and then I give up all the power I have. Because my power doesn't come from another person. My power doesn't come from a job. My power doesn't come from my bank account. My power doesn't come from my really good looks. The humor is there, guys. You have fun. Love yourself, man. Love the shit out of yourself. That's what the last decipher was. If you ain't loving the shit out of this person, that's where the work is. If Latonica loves Pioneer more than she does herself, this shit's a dub. Eventually she gonna boogie out. Even if Elizabeth loves Isaac more, that's her son, by the way, if you don't know. If she loves Isaac more than she loves herself, that's a dub. She could only love herself so much that goes. Latonica came out. Look how beautiful these women are in here. We got damn near white privilege in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is hilarious. But only if we dig this deep. This don't come in hour 2. Cspin came in 10 minutes before the scheduled session was gonna end. This shit don't come in. The fucking Bronx is in the building. He might have to deal with attempted murder up the street. Who knows, right? But like, the man is beautiful. That's my brother. I met that man with a Caesar on his head. He's damn near growing. He's growth. Look at that growth mindset. Let them swing. Right, guys? We could laugh at this, right? Y'all could tell I didn't mean shit by the way I talk. Y'all could not judge me. But it even takes me this amount of time to get comfortable among y'all. I know some of y'all more than 10 years, man. This is welcome. We're taught to hide and just show this, to do this, right? Latonica said a beautiful word, duality. We're taught to do this. Good, bad, bad, bad. I don't like bad part of me. I don't like bad part of me. I'm going to shame this part of me. I'm going to beat this part of me up. I'm going to hide this part from the world. This is what I'm okay showing. When y'all met me in UAB, this is what it was. I was like, this is all I could show. I can't show them that I got this because they're going to judge me. I can't show them I came up in a place emotionally neglected on South Side, you know what I mean? Parents on this, people doing this, you know? Abuse, all types of shit, right? I can't bring this. This is a positive space. Leave that at the door, they told us, right? Cspin, you remember that, right? Leave this at the door. Get rid of this motherfucker and come with this.
At the lowest point of your life and someone tells you that, that's the worst fucking feeling on earth.
That's why people check out. Because they don't feel like they could come like this, guys. Right? I'm facing insecurity right now that I'm being too long-winded talking some shit, right? I'm right here in Natasha's circle. But you know what? I'm fucking speaking, bro, because I got some shit to say, man. Because my whole life I was put in environments where they wasn't encouraging me to say what I got. So we take the Zoom from my man. We build the Zoom. We come up in here and we Zoom. This is okay, y'all. Ain't nothing wrong with this part of you. I'm talking to myself, man. I owe him an invoice. Send an invoice. I'm putting back on my pay. This is it, guys. Y'all are welcome because I am you. Every one of you is a reflection of an aspect of myself. We're one. We say that, but are we going to act like this? That's the hard part. That's the work. The money is going to come. The success is going to come. The first time I was an airplane, I was flown out. You know what I mean? I know how to get that already. That don't mean nothing to me. This means everything. Can I come as this? Total. Can we come as that?
And can we be accepted?
Take it over, brother.
No, I'm saying, like, can we be accepted? Because it's so hard. Like, especially like you said, where you come from or like what you're dealing with. And it's like, nah, like you said, leave that shit at home. Like, that shit was whack. That's why I stopped fucking with certain organizations where I was like, I'm not about this shit if I'm not accepted as who I am. Because that dark side is the reason I'm here and is the reason why I'm trying to give like something so that person will deal with what I was dealing with or feel the insecurity I was feeling with. Like, that's why I push like the kids, the students, like, yo, nah, fuck that insecurity. Do you? And then when they start singing and it's nothing like seeing one of the students that like start shining. Jamira, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're thinking of these people are like a classic in my soul. Like, I saw them shine and you know what I mean? You know, that student that you didn't even know that they had a voice, and then they seeing that push me, you know. And Y has a lot of that shit in his life. Like, he has a lot of that. Now, why a person like Y is still in this situation, which for me, I'm like, bro, what? You feel what? The fuck? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, we all do. Like, everybody, and I remember when Y told me one time, he's like, yo, everybody thinks like I'm perfect and shit. And I'm like, oh, nah, you not, bro. Like, I know that. But like, I know that. You know what I'm saying? Just because I took time to understand like where this guy from. Like, you know, you would think, nah, bro, you good. Your pops got a crib. But then when you go in there and then you wake up to something like, what's this? Oh, okay, I'm in it with him. You got to be in it with someone. You got to be in the person's shoes to understand them and where they come from. So, yeah, like, and that's the crazy part. I learned a lot. Like, oh, damn, bro. Yeah, people do think you're perfect. And then like nobody, then you're this perfect guy. And then they'd be like, pardon, I was interrupted. But I was saying, and this is stuff like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, like everybody wants a piece of me. I'm feeling like why now? I become why like everyone want a piece of me. And I feel like why, that's why I told you. I was like, bro, you're still doing it. And then I don't want to be why. I don't want to be that why that overgives and then like, oh, the cipher that everybody's having a good time. This is a story of why's he wants to film this. Everybody's having a good time at the cipher. Everybody's like, yeah, oh, this is incredible. Oh, and the lights go off. And then like you just got this person in the corner just rocking alone, hugging themselves and like alone. So yeah, when you're at the cipher, everybody looks happy and shit. But like when you're alone in the dark, you know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody fucking there for you. They're only there when they want a piece of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I felt that. I felt like, yo, yeah, I just like I love when Y told me, yo, these fucking rappers, they think of you, bro. They jerking off because you got that camera. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. That makes sense. Yeah. Like I'm attractive with this fucking Canon, you know? And I'm like, wow. Hold on, let me take a minute to myself, yo. Like my stomach is not good. I'm trying to heal with y'all. Then I got my aunt. She wants something from, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, I'm good. Fuck everybody and love everybody at the same time. Like, yo, it's crazy.
Facts, big facts. Come on, son.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Cspin hit on a lot. You know, people ask me, like, after the Decipher, 3 people asked me how I'm doing. Elizabeth, who wasn't even there. Ayano, who lives in the same space with me. And Nami, you know what I'm saying? And then I was like, wow. And I'm like, yo. And I'm like, yeah. It took me 48 hours to recover from the event where everybody feels so good. Namibia hit me up and knew. She said, why? I know you do heavy lifting. She checked in with me on the next weekend. Guaz, they check in on me. Do I expect people to get it? No, man. They're going to benefit from it, but it's part of the work, right? Because when I get broken down, I get to build myself back up. And I get built back up stronger than I was. And then nothing's going to stop us. You know? And then when everybody's gone, right? That's God. That's when I'm forced to get in touch with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Latonica knows. I was hitting her up on the Telegram. I was like, yo, this Instagram shit killing my brain. She took a little minute to get back at me. I was like, yo, come through. She was busy on the event, or even if she wasn't, it's okay. I was like, yo, Latonica, come through to the Artivist thing. Boom. She caught a typo in my email. I was like, oh, shit, it's the 23rd. I forgot to put the wrong date. Oh, shit. I'm about to take my own self out because I put the wrong date on the email. This is the madness we do to each other, y'all. We beat ourselves up because of this. Because we got dark in us, man. But that's melanin. That's black. That's the deepest blackness. Why you think everybody want to be black till it comes to being black? They want the culture. They want the art. Do you want the pain? Do you want people looking at you like you ain't shit? And can you handle that? The same monster that silenced Latonica, that was silencing Elizabeth, that's the monster who we out here to take. And that monster isn't the capitalist. That shit is inside of us. Come on, man. I've been through it. Y'all been through it. We still out here. If that's not a victory to celebrate, I'm going to say it again. The universe doesn't respond to what you want to be. It responds to what you are. Make yourself that. You have to. We have to. We got no fucking choice, y'all. Or else we're going to be batteries in somebody else's shit. Even if it looks like it saved the world organization. Or, come on. They're going to take it from us if we don't take it from ourselves. This is it, y'all. There's some rough truths out here. But what we got, we could put this together. And yeah, some people are going to scare. Some are going to point at you and say, that's him. You know, Cspin knows. That's what he was referring to. People criticize me and my own team. They tell me I'm too much. They tell me I'm too this. And you know what I say? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you love yourself enough to criticize yourself the way you criticize me. But guess what? I could eat that. My life trained me for that. I could eat that and not wish bad on you. I could love you easier than I can like you. I'm going to say that again. I could love you easier than I can like you. There's a lot of motherfuckers I don't like. I still love them. I wish no harm on them. I wish their greatness. I ain't got to go touch them with a 20-foot pole. But I wish nothing on them. And do I think they're... That's what Cspin would always challenge me on. He's like, why you do these things? And I said, nah. They didn't do it to me. I did it to me. And he's like, He's like, yo, when you... He always tells me, this is my brother. He says, why? When are you going to do for you what you do for other people? I'm doing it. I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. I got this. So when you see me spazzing out in the streets talking to a tree, I'm working on it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to throw that on nobody. That's none of y'all responsibilities. But if you want to ride with me, let's ride together. We can make this all work, you know? Natasha was showing me the salsa. She said, put on the music. Why? I was nervous. She's from Boriken. I was like, oh, shit. I can't do this. She said, boom. We put on the music. I just looked at her. Couldn't miss a beat. That was her. She blessed me. You know what I mean? Because I was creating anxiety. Latonica, what you were talking about. When we constrict ourselves, the note can't come out right. But when you let go, you can't miss the note. You got to let go. It's not about obtaining something. It's about letting go of your fear and allowing yourself to be present. When she showed me the move, I was so present with her like this. I was like, that's it. I'm there. I'm there. Some days we're not there. I'm going to keep doing this. This is okay. Your darkest days, it's okay. Not everybody going to want you around. You're going to trigger the shit out of some people. C'est la vie. That's life. Did you physically harm them? Did you verbally put them down? Are you thinking a negative thought about them? If the answer is no, that's on them, yo. I trigger the shit out of people, especially when you be yourself. But you got to dance to that beat that Natasha's moving to. You got to find your rhythm and know that the music is always playing. You got to be Latonica. Boom. You got to be Cspin, grabbing that cup. You got to be Ayano, letting loose the video. You got to be Guaza, building up the concoctions of life. You got to be Namibia, the sacred Warishe, taking care of the youth them. You got to be the divine mother Elizabeth. You know? We got each other, man. And make sure that when you really got each other, you could come with this. And nobody's going to shame you for that, yo. Y'all could be dark around me, yo. It's alright. It's all good. I'm with the smoke. That's about to be my website. I'm withthesmoke.com. You know what I mean? Just take that up. But I love y'all. I love y'all with everything only because I love me. You gotta love that till you overflow. If y'all want to hang out today, holla at your boy. We out here. I'm vibing. I'm here, y'all. If anybody's got anything, this will be sent to you on video to remind yourself. If anybody's heart is asking to speak, if anybody's spirit is asking for something, you can go. If not, I'm going to ask our brother Guaz if he's in the building to take us out in our ceremonial ways, as he always does. But if there's any other, if your voice is calling you, we've set the intention on this moon day. If you want to meet up with me in the park, I got you. If you want to hang out, I got you. If you want to be dark around me, just let me know what your darkness is so I can check in. And if it's alright, then I got you. Alright? I ain't gonna just say, yeah, breathe, nah. But if you could tell me what the dark is and express it, I could decide if I got you. Right? But first off, we gotta do this. I'm gonna ask everyone to take their give yourself that little love and make yourself feel it. Feel it, like really, really feel it. And when you see your reflection, see if you like it. See if you love it. and do what you got to do to make sure that's there. Because nobody can do this for us. But if we do this for us, then I could do this for you. And we can open up right there. So let's give each other our virtual bond. Extend that, y'all. That's it. That's the give and receive, y'all. The sun is shining. I'm about to take myself on a date. Right there. You see what I mean? You gotta love yourself on that level.
Get some sun too, guys. Sun.
That's all. All right. Anybody got anything? I might pass it to Guaza to bring us home. I'm ready to go salsa dancing with all of y'all on the moon. I love it. I love it. Guaz, you with us?
I think he's cooking. Oh,
there he is. He just teleported. He's outside of Cspin's crib in the Bronx.
He's coming to deliver hugs everywhere.
He's coming to deliver hugs. He's doing a hug delivery service, y'all.
All right. I was actually out. I'm going to be picking up Pampers right now.
Okay.
But, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing. And thank you for opening the space for closing prayer. Closing, remembering a renewal of all of our memberships to not only the communal song, but to the universes within us. A lot has been happening in the sky in these days, and so much is shared in our cultures. And when I speak from the positioning and to position myself in this paradigm, in this lifetime, from the perspective of the relatives and original peoples of first contact. 1492, 1504 were two experiences in the Caribbean where you see Greater Antilles, Arawakan, and Taino people that have been contacted. Rather, it is illustrated as contact. What is remembered in our bones is imperialistic colonization trauma. And so much of what is required upon us who are present in this world now is resolution and recalibration. In this sky, at these times, there have been a lunar eclipse, a total lunar eclipse, and everybody shares about Scorpio. No one talks about Siddiq. And so I'm called to share about our ceremonial planting. This is how we got down in the Caribbean. We had a full year-round planting season, and our new year started at the equinox. From the equinox was a promise of 100 days of the ascent of the sun past dance. Our days grow longer, and it will not grow in the inverse until the summer solstice. And so when there is a eclipse, a filtering or bending of light, where the moon perhaps cannot be seen with our eyes, but in a moment is in transit, we are thinking of not only the balance, but the unification and the union of the said dichotomies, sun, moon, Kachi, Kati, Gwe, Karaya, all parallels, all similar. However, we are the isthmus between. And so as we rotate, as we pass the ceremonial microphone and unmute ourselves, know that we are all reintegrating in divine practice. And so when we think of these kinds of times where things are eclipsed, perhaps like some people share, they were eclipsed in the workspace. They were eclipsed in their family relationship. They were eclipsed in their love for another or for love for thyself. Know that there is a cyclical nature that is endemic and indicated in this life experience. And when we experience and surrender ourselves, our heart our mind, our ke, our hu, our guis. We then reorient our lens. The aperture of our lens becomes wider to go beyond the visible spectrum. And everything is ceremony. Everything is in spirit, inspired. And even when you introspect, know that the mukaros are there, know that the hutias are there, know that the bats are there, know that the elders are there. And the reorganization of our thought processes and our thought forms do not occur in a single or singularity. They occur in a multiversal rhythmic pattern that you can choose to vibrate with or vibrate against. And so there was a song that we shared a number of collaborations ago that I think is important to share, as this moon cycle is marking the beginning of the times where the land or marine turtles, or mirrored in the sky in the cosmic turtles, the Katalayuman, as our Arawakan and Carib relatives share, the rising of the Pleiades will happen within a week from now, 2 weeks from now. And with that, we are reminded of the massiveness of what we are. Neil deGrasse Tyson says that he feels massive knowing that all of the elements in the human body are also conveyed in the sky and in the stars. We don't feel small or minimize ourselves because of our presence. We don't receive our gifts and say, let me take this away from it before I accept it, and diminish, demean, and dismember what is coming. As many of us have shared, and many of the womb men share, we have the gift within us. And in the Taino culture, we have a phrase, "Guarishe guakiao baba, areto guature." The women have within them the rhythm of the universe. And when we deviate from those rhythms, perhaps we're moving at our own velocity. And maybe we are out of cycle or out of sync, but catch us in the next one. Don't execute yourself. Don't execute your dreams because someone said that your voice isn't comfortable in their eardrum. Don't question yourself when someone is telling you you are out of rhythm. We understand now through music, as is the definition of all parts of the human enterprise and the relationship with the land, that you may be playing another rhythmic pattern. You may be off on the offbeat. Doesn't mean you got to come in on the downbeat. You may come in on the 3 and before you want to share what you have to say, and know that all of that is okay. And so when we think about Makataure Guayaba, the guardian of the spaces of the after, and we think of Nautia Tijuel, the guardian of the dawn and the risings, we don't think of the dichotomy. We don't, it's not for us to cut this into pieces and make it this or that. It's an opportunity for the choosing, for the withholding, for the wizard, for the ward, for whoever you choose to be, and revitalize, rebirth yourself. Every sun is a new sun. Every day is a new day. And so when we sing this next song, it speaks to being one with sky and land. When we think of this next song, we think of our dreams and where we are, because we are there. We do not need other people to tap in or log in to nature. We do not need other people to facilitate our relationship with our infinite gnosis. What we need is to allow for ourselves to be period. What we need is to allow for ourselves to be. And in being, we are in the process of animating, amplifying, and accenting why we are here. And so the song has been gifted to our people. And by our people, it's all people, as an expression of love by two sisters. And I'm so glad this is being recorded because they ought to be in receiving of love for this gift and transmission of musical creation, Anakai and Kuya Kai. And so the song goes, Yogama Harakoe Ryogoku Watunaka Ogama Harakoe Ryogoku Watunaka Daka Hekiti Reiku Daka Hekiti Reiku. Listen to the ancestors. Remember the sacred fire that lies within. Listen to the ancestors. Remember the sacred fire that lies within. I am one with heaven and earth. I am one with heaven and earth. Ogama Harakue Yokoku Atinaka. Ogama Harakue Yokoku Atinaka. Taka Hekiti Reiku. Hekiti Reiku. Goes and say Han Han Katu, may it be so. Sending you all love, Senekoka Kona, abundant blessings to you all. It's an honor to share this life walk in the sky with you all. Peace.
Peace, y'all. We will close our session with that. Unless anybody's spirit, we ask if anything arises for you to add to that soup that we make today. No one is too little, no one is too much. You are. We will close. Thank you. Ashe. Han Han.
Thank you, everybody.
Even thanks, family. I look forward to connecting with all of you once more again. Until next time.
Yes. Stay in touch. You have the doc. Love. Thank you. Woo!